Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of the Holistic Lifestyle Guide podcast. So, in this episode, what I want to talk about is holistic healthcare versus conventional healthcare. So, this is a big topic because most people, when they hear about holistic health or they research it or whatever, the reason why they are interested in it at all is because they want an alternative to conventional healthcare. Because um, most people nowadays are a little more informed when it comes to the options that there are out there and as far as the way that they both operate. So holistic healthcare works by trying to treat the whole person, body, mind, and soul. And also, another big part of that is that they try to get to the bottom of the problem. They try to get to the core problem, not finding all of the symptoms and trying to piece together what it could be, and then finding a pill or doing a surgery or something like that to take care of the symptoms. So that's the main difference between holistic healthcare and conventional healthcare is that holistic tries to go for the cause, the root cause of the problem, which usually starts in the mind and then develops as a physical problem. It's an energy thing. So that's a huge difference because conventional healthcare usually will not look at you as a whole person. They're just going to look at like one symptom and say, well, this pill can take care of that symptom. So we're going to give you this, and then we're going to give you this pill for that symptom. And then they're not going to take into account the whole entire lifestyle of the individual. So, a lifestyle includes diet, it includes your environment, it includes your mindset, it includes your spiritual health. So, that is why I got into holistic healthcare, or I should just say holistic health lifestyle tips that I give. I'm not really a healthcare professional, I'm just a bearer of the news. I kind of spread the news and I share everything that I learn and I blog about it. I wrote a book about it, although it's a very small book and it's really just a collection of everything that I know, everything that I've learned. And so that's basically what I do is I just help spread the word about holistic health as a lifestyle, as a way to um, become the best version of yourself that you can be through physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual health. So now I'm going to go a little more into what the difference is between these two types of healthcare and where one is better than the other for whichever reason. There's different reasons why both of them are good. But basically, most people don't really think much about holistic health or alternative healthcare in general until something forces them to. Like, let's say you get a cancer diagnosis that makes you realize that maybe using chemotherapy or radiation is not the path that you want to take. Or let's say you get diagnosed with a chronic illness that requires multiple medications that you'd rather not be on for the rest of your life. So you can increase your chances of better health if you start to live a holistic lifestyle before it comes to either one of those undesirable outcomes, such as cancer or chronic illness. So I try to help people to prevent these issues in the first place. And so that is a huge difference between the two is holistic healthcare is really good for prevention and conventional healthcare is really good for when you already have gotten to stage 4 illnesses or cancer. So, um, in today's healthcare system, usually when you go for a typical office visit at the doctor, It usually consists of them trying to find a drug to match to your symptoms, where alternative medicine addresses the underlying cause, like I mentioned before. In essence, alternative medicine aims to heal you naturally from the inside out, while modern conventional medicine acts as a band aid, hoping that masking your symptoms on the outside will magically fix the original problem on the inside. But it just doesn't work that way. So, another thing I wanted to touch on was all of the horrible side effects of pharmaceutical drugs. Most of them are worse than the symptoms that they are treating. So then you need to go back to the doctor to get another pill for those side effects, and I just think it's just madness. And that's why I became interested in living a holistic lifestyle, because that can greatly reduce the whole side effect problem of these pharmaceutical drugs. So, another thing that kind of is bad about holistic health, well, one thing, I guess I haven't said anything bad about it really, other than it's hard to pay for it. It's not covered under most insurance companies, and that is why most people turn to conventional healthcare because they don't have to pay. It's usually covered by insurance. And whereas with holistic health, you end up paying out of pocket. And so that is why the majority of Americans still use conventional health care. Not always because they want to, but because for financial reasons, they might feel like they have to. So now I'm going to move into a different part of this conversation where I wanted to talk more about how holistic health is it things when things go wrong with you, they usually start with the mind first. And that's where holistic health gives a little bit of attention, where conventional healthcare doesn't. So, um, most professionals in the holistic health industry understand this. They understand that the mind plays a large role in our health, because you've heard the phrase mind over matter. Well, those aren't just a bunch of random words thrown together for no reason. Your mental and emotional state affects your health, to the point that you can either exacerbate or alleviate a medical condition just by your mind. This is the placebo effect or the nocebo effect. It runs on both ends. Negative mental and emotional states can cause physical symptoms and illnesses. So it's equally true that positive ones can reverse physical symptoms. Most people have experienced anxiety leading to a stomach ache or stress leading to a headache. So, my point here is that a positive state of mind can help your body to heal itself. It's all connected. On the flip side, though, of course, it would be stupid to use the power of your mind to heal something like a broken bone or stop a bullet wound from gushing blood. Although you can sprinkle cayenne pepper on a cut and it will help it to clot faster, but I would definitely not suggest doing that for something like a bullet wound. So that's where there's differences in how you can treat these two things. You have to be you have to use critical mind about it. So modern healthcare is the best choice for an emergency situation in every single case of an emergency. Only using natural remedies and alternative healing modalities for chronic issues or acute issues that are not life-threatening. So, it's kind of like a disclaimer. Anyone that works in holistic health should tell you this. They should tell you that do not use holistic health modalities for emergencies. You should always go to the emergency, the ER for for those things. And likewise, you can also go to see like therapists when it comes to your mental health if you have something that's life threatening. I would never advise someone who is having suicidal thoughts or someone who has a serious mental illness such as schizophrenia, I would never tell them to do something like, oh, just use essential oils or just go outside. Those things are amazing for day-to-day lifestyle things, like, for prevention. But I would never tell them to do those in the case of a serious issue. So, to sum up, this is a short episode. I just wanted to make it because it's something that needed to be said, but I'm going to sum it up by saying prevention is where holistic health care works, and treatment of emergency situations or cancer or serious diseases that have progressed is the right choice for conventional health care. Um, when you want to, when you need to get yourself healthy again. And this is why I try to focus my message on people that are healthy because I want you to prevent these issues from getting worse or from beginning in the first place. So a lot of people might say, well, it might be easy for you to tell people to do these things when you're healthy, and that is my entire point. I am healthy because I do these things. And you can be healthy by doing these lifestyle changes too if you start them before you pick up a chronic illness. So, um, I'm going to mention here that if you are a healthy person, as far as you know, and or you only have slight issues that are workable, that you can manage them, I would advise you to start doing these things that I talk about in my business. I would advise you to maybe download my free worksheets, my free printable worksheets, when you sign up for my email list. So if you go to holisticlifestyleguide.com, at the top you will see a couple of different options for the freebies that I offer. And those are to get on my email list. And so one of them is to get 5 free printables. One of them is a holistic lifestyle assessment sheet, and that will help you determine how healthy of a lifestyle you are living currently. And then you also get the fundamentals checklists that I've also talked about in my last 3 episodes. If you want to go back and listen to those, I kind of talk about the fundamentals or the foundations of each of those areas: the physical, mental, and spiritual health. So if you start doing those every day, then you're going to get a huge jump start in creating a healthy lifestyle. And so also at the top of my website, you'll see an ebook. You can get a free ebook where I also go over those same things, only it's in a slightly different format. And I give you some resources to get started. So there's options there for you. And if you lean towards the spiritual health side, I also have a spiritual, like a crash course in spirituality, um, to get yourself going in that if you like spirituality. Um, so yeah, there's options for you. Go to holisticlifestyleguide.com and sign up for my email list, and everything's there. Everything's there for you. I'm just here to help you, help guide you. That's what the whole point of the name is. I'm the guide to help you learn how to live a holistic lifestyle so that you don't need to resort to conventional medicine, pharmaceutical drugs, and surgery, and all the scary stuff. So I'm going to end this podcast on that note. And thank you so much for listening. And I hope to have you on board for the next episode.